Happy Friday, everybody. Well, you can tell it's not Friday yet. It's Thursday night, which is quieter in my house. Anyway, I wanted to do this not so much in anticipation of tomorrow, Friday, but in anticipation of Sunday. So Sunday is the feast of Christ the King, and the last day of our liturgical year, every year, is that feast. Now, the feast was promulgated by Pope Pius XI in 1925. Think about the name of the encyclical. The name is Quas Primus, the first thing. So first, Jesus is the first thing. And think about when it was written. So in 1925, it would have been after the First World War, and humanity was suffering from the aftermath of that, and the evils and the death and the mayhem, all of the craziness of World War I. And so Pope Pius XI promulgated a feast to put Jesus at the center of humanity's life, their focus, everything. So the encyclical reads like this. I'm going to just read the very beginning portion of it. In the first encyclical letter, which we addressed at the beginning of our pontificate to the bishops of the Universal Church, we referred to the chief causes of the difficulties under which mankind was laboring. And we remember saying that these manifold evils in the world were due to the fact that the majority of men had thrust Jesus Christ and his holy law out of their lives, that these had no place either in private affairs or in politics. And we said further that as long as individuals and states refuse to submit to the rule of our Savior, that there would be no really hopeful prospect of a lasting peace among nations. Men must look for the peace of Christ in the kingdom of Christ. So, my friends, let me think that on this Sunday, Feast of Christ the King, think of all that is going on around us. The violence in our cities, the division among people, the lack of unity in our country. There is never been a better time to put Jesus as the center of our world, our life. And we should use this Sunday not to remember that, but to ask ourselves a question. So I'm going to ask it of you, but I'm asking it of myself as well. Is Jesus Christ my King? Sooner or later, you and I have to answer that question definitively. My guess is that when we're asked by Jesus Christ, he will already know my answer based on my life, based on my choices, based on what I value, based on my actions, everything. And so this Sunday, let's ask the question again. Is Jesus Christ my King? And as we ask, I'm going to invite you to look at my bulletin column this weekend. I have a prayer that allows us to prayerfully recommit ourselves to placing Jesus at the center of our lives. And so on this Feast of Christ the King, may we remember that the most important thing that we can do is to put Jesus as the first thing, like Quas Primas reminds us, at the center of our lives, of our family's life, of our country, of our world. And it starts with you and I. So this weekend, let's take a moment and put Jesus back where he belongs. God bless you. God bless your families. And happy feast of Christ the King, King of the universe. A big feast.